Hello and welcome to the Digi Podcast, the podcast all about innovative and digital topics related to Siemens. I'm Thomas Holzner, and in line with the motto New Year, New Luck, I'm excited to introduce you to a brand new episode of the Digi Podcast. If you know Siemens for a time, the only thing that's really constant here is change. And now it also happens to the Digi Podcast. We change a little bit, because we extend our scope. It's not now SCM, it's now Siemens overall. And I have the pleasure, and I'm really proud of this, to talk about a hidden champion. That's Siemens Advanta. I'm lucky, and today I have the CFO of Siemens Advanta here, on the other side of the table, Gerlinde Sturm. And we talk with her about Siemens Advanta, what is it, and what is she doing as a CFO. So Gerlinde, I'm really proud and happy to have you here on the table.
Hello, Thomas. Nice to see you again.
Yeah, we know each other quite well, mainly during wind power. And at the moment you are a CFO, but what I learned, you're not a really CFO, you're an entrepreneur. And therefore, perhaps you can tell a little bit about yourself and especially what's Siemens Advanta.
Yeah. As you said, I'm CFO of Siemens Advanta since, I think, 1.5 years now. Before that, I spent many years in different assignments within Siemens. Yeah, what is Advanta? I mean, I like that you said a hidden champion. I really like that. We support and enable our clients in their unique digital and sustainability transformation, and this along the entire value chain. I think that is our kind of unique selling proposition, that we really know what we do because we also implement things like that internally. We are consultants, data scientists, solution architects, and software developers, and we basically create end-to-end solutions from strategy and operation consulting, design and prototyping to software engineering and implementation. Basically, we sell externally what we also do internally, and at the same time are also, of course, helping Siemens internally to transform itself again and again.
And I think here you are quite successful. When we did our preparation, there's one Siemens factory. We have a lot of excellent factories, but there's one outstanding one. The Elektronikwerk Amberg was awarded by the WEF last year, being one of the top 3 factories worldwide regarding sustainability and efficiency. And the other one was in China, and the third one was in Brazil. But I think nobody knows that from the concept to the permanent improvement and now also optimization of the factory itself, Advanta had a major share and is still contributing to this. Or what I also learned, and here I'm very excited, one of my most favorite chocolate companies has a huge deal with Advanta, optimizing their factories. And I know you're not allowed to disclose the name, but maybe you can give a short glimpse what you're doing externally.
Maybe first internally, we have lots of really great factories, and especially also in my old assignment, process automation in Karlsruhe, if you see what has changed, basically every year there's major changes, the digital twin topic, etc. So our factories do a tremendous transformation and also went very well through the crisis we just had. Externally, I mean, we are involved in so many topics, in all kinds of innovative things like lean digital factory projects, like circular economy projects, advanced analytics and cybersecurity topics, you name it, you know. I mean, we have lots of expertise internal and can sell that externally as well. And I think that is one of our really core topics, and thus we are most probably really unique in what we can offer end to end.
I think what I also learned, Siemens Team Center is also developed or coded by Siemens Advanta. So I think that's a bulletproof example what you are able to do.
Yeah, I mean, we have 11,000 people, and out of that, a big number is really developers who are developing also for Siemens internal companies as well as for external companies.
So for our listeners, if you have a digital challenge, I think Siemens Advanta can help you.
Definitely.
Regarding the challenges, what was your journey to get to Advanta?
My journey. I was asked if I would like to take it, and I must say I have done so many different things within Siemens, starting as a software engineer many years ago, and being then in finance jobs throughout many years. I spent years in 3 different countries. I was in telecommunications, in energy, in industry. And for me, it's a little bit like the Advanta combines it all, because these guys are involved in all innovative topics within Siemens and also with our customers. And therefore, it's a quite exciting trip for me, I must say.
Yeah, and I think your trip, for example, was stretched across 3 countries. The old Siemens saying was, if you change from Franconia to Bavaria, that's already abroad. I think
and I've been in more countries than that.
I think your countries were a little bit more far away, what I learned. And your career is outstanding. So what would you recommend for young, motivated colleagues who have maybe similar ambitions like you have?
Well, I was lucky because throughout my career there was always in certain moments in time people who gave me a push in the right direction. And I think what is important, and this was one advice I got in the very beginning of my career, you always have to say what you want. You always have to think about what would I want to do next, and then say it. And then there opens opportunities. Of course, within a company like Siemens, networking is important, and continuous learning, to really innovate yourself continuously and be open for changes. I think that's one of the topics that in Siemens reorganizations happen very often. That's normal for large companies, especially. I think after a while I started to embrace it and say, okay, this is what it is. The time develops so extremely fast at the moment, and to keep up, I think Siemens offers lots of opportunities to learn and develop yourself. In all these things, you have to have fun in what you do. I think that is very important, to really like what you do, because only then you can be successful. So say what you want, learn and develop yourself, and have fun in what you do. That is important, I think.
I want to reflect one topic, I think, that you mentioned in the beginning. And because I'm also totally convinced, that's the topic of mentoring. So for the younger people who are listening, select not only the job, select also the right mentor if you want to make career. And I think we have to be more diverse, and I think you have been a lot of abroad.
Yeah, and to work in diverse teams is simply so much more fun, you know. Think about in wind power, I think we had 70 different nations in this little town in Denmark. And this is what I enjoy here as well. Advanta has a very large variety of diversity, different countries, different people, women, male. I really like it.
So it's a pity, because we are now in the meantime already at my most favorite question. Last but not least, who is Gerlinde?
Who is Gerlinde? I was born in Bavaria, and I did a little journey through the world, I would say. And I even lived in different regions here in Germany, if you say it's different countries. Now I am living in Palatina, which is I think it is the largest wine area of Germany, with my partner, and enjoying life,
I think you are in the most
with an interesting job.
Yeah, and you live at the most sunniest place in Germany.
That's
I think
right.
That fits to your mood. So thanks to you all for this, new setup. To all our listeners, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Digi Podcast. I look forward to welcome you next time as our listeners, and we will continue about the Advanta story. Be curious what will happen.
Thank you, Thomas, for having me.
Thank you, Gerlinde. Thanks to the team, and yours, Thomas Holzner.